Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I am going to do a get ready with me while also talking about all things life, what's happening I guess in my life, because my main goal is to be able to have vulnerable conversations and also use this I guess as a video journal, just so then I can see the development that I make and be able to reflect. So let's get started. Sorry if the lighting goes wacky, but anyway, I'm using the Mecca Max Bring On Bright highlighting primer. So today I am getting ready for an engagement party. Our friends Em and Flynn, they're gonna get married. And after this, I'm actually going to their Airbnb and I'm gonna film an episode, a behind the look episode with Em. And we'll get down to the nitty gritty. So I'm not sure when this video and that episode will be uploaded, but yeah, that's what's happening today. All right, because I want more glowy vibes, I'm gonna go in with L'Oreal's Glow Mon Amour. I don't really know if I'm saying that right, but it's their illuminating drop. Just gonna use the wand here, not the wand, the dropper, and just pop it on these highlighty bits. Whoa, that was a bit too much. Sorry if you can hear the dishwasher. And sorry if you can hear the wind and the wind chimes. It's a bit windy. I'm gonna go in with Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm in the shade Warm Beige. Just pump. I'll start off with one pump and just slowly creep in. So I'm at the point right now where I'm feeling much better. I was in a massive depressive state most of last year and early this year, and I know like what it's from, and I think one of the main causes of this is from my dad going through cancer at the moment, and my relationship with my dad hasn't been the best. He wasn't really present in my upbringing, left quite at a young age of mine, and so obviously from there I had certain attachment issues, certain traumas, childhood traumas that led me to how I interact today in today's world and how I interact with other people. And also it played a role in like searching for validation and everything like that. So it's been an ongoing thing in my life that I'm not going to be the blamer. I don't want to be that person. But I do believe, like, you know, as a child we absorb certain bits of information, and because we are children we don't know how to really process it, and so then we store it in our subconscious, which later comes out in triggers in relationships, friendships, how we respond to certain situations. So that's definitely been my case. And obviously I'm on this massive journey, like, you know, since certain other traumas happen, I've been on this massive journey of just trying to heal. And I know that also healing isn't linear, and I also know that we don't need to be constantly trying to heal in a way, because we aren't machines, we are human. And I think at the end of the day we are meant to live our lives as a human being. Like, we are given this gift of life, so why not just like live it to its full potential? And it also does mean to, like, being human does mean to feel all of the emotions that comes with being a human. So I'm in that process. But yes, I've definitely battled with my fair share of depression, I think mainly stemming from that. So just, I guess, trying to wrap my head around certain situations. And lately how I've been describing it to people is like, a lot of the time I can't be present in a conversation with like friends or in social settings because my mind is constantly just debating itself with itself and my thoughts and everything like that. And, you know, I'm trying to be present, but it's really hard. And so then I'm trying to like add some self-compassion and be like, you know what, this is something that's out of your control. This is something that's happening. So it's okay if you're reacting this way, because there's no rule book into how you are meant to react. But because of this depression state, I was really like becoming a victim of it, and it showed up in bad habits or not even doing healthy habits. Like I wouldn't be going to the gym, I wouldn't be like cooking. Like I've been getting meals from my mum's restaurant, which I'm very thankful for, otherwise how would I eat? But yeah, so, and like leaving the laundry piling up forever, not doing the laundry, sometimes even skipping the shower. Like that is when I know when I'm neglecting myself, because I'm not taking care of myself. And like you have to, I think in some cases you do need to hit rock bottom to realize that changes need to be made. I always say the only thing permanent in life is change. So things are bound to change, including yourself day to day. We are continuously evolving through this life from what we learn and how we deal with them, and then we grow. And so I've come to this point probably like a week ago where I was like, shit needs to change. And that's when I also discovered Tam Core's videos, which I'm obsessed with. Just like staying out of the victim mentality and the lack mindset. I was for a period of time during this like thinking process. I was like, fuck, does it have to be like one thing after another? Like, can I not just catch a break? Because it's sort of been like incident after incident, and trying to make it all make sense in my mind. And I feel like we just don't need to have everything make sense. If I can just control the controllables that I can within my realm, I don't know, but like just doing little things like making the bed, feeding myself, taking fucking vitamins. I'm really on that journey this week. But yeah, so that is what's happened. And I feel like a lot of the time I feel like if this is how I am feeling, and when someone asks me how I'm going, you know, like the casual, how are you today? I'm always just like, yep, good. Because I don't know how people will perceive me. And I don't know if that's just my own fear or if everyone has that, but it just feels so isolating as well, because I don't know if anyone else understands. Which is why also I'm always in my own head, because I'm the only one who fully understands what I'm going through and what I've experienced, because I've lived through every single thing that I have lived through with myself. And, you know, other people will have their own thoughts and stuff, but they will have their own thoughts based on their own experiences as well. So it's just trying to, I guess, navigate all of that. I'm also just going in with Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer in a darker shade to cream contour with this little e.l.f. stipple brush. This is also the first time that I've worn foundation in like a year and a half, maybe 2. I usually just do like, well, every day I don't wear makeup, and then when I do want some makeup on, I'll just do concealer, spot conceal, then do this, cream blushes, cream bronzer, and then the powder versions on top. So I'm getting glam, which means something maybe, I don't know. But my main goal is just to have like real conversations, because I'm really like, sometimes I disassociate mid-conversations because I'm not in it, because it's just not like, I don't know, like I don't know if anyone, I just don't know, like it's unexplainable, which means it's also out of my control. So like, I can't make people understand. But then that's why I feel so isolated as well. I've got this mentality now that I just want to live my best life, and make my future self proud and my younger self proud. Like that's all I can give them, you know? And recently as well, like I noticed how much I was mindlessly scrolling on like TikTok or Instagram and like comparing myself, or just living my, like not even living my life, I was living through someone else's, through this fucking square in my hands. And it's just like, how are we going down this route? It's scary that like that's where some of our enjoyment comes from. And then also though, it has a massive impact. So it's like, but yeah, I realized I was doing that too much. Just going in with Rimmel's Lasting Radiance Concealer. Realized I was scrolling too much, and like I could be utilizing that time actually doing things for me and doing shit for my life. So now, this past week, I have been doing so. I've been getting up, making my bed, doing, like, showering every day, like, thank fuck. But I just know, like, again, healing isn't linear. So I know that, like, I'll probably feel depressed again, or I'll probably feel out of place, or I don't know, I'll feel sort of stagnant or numb. The numb feeling I actually feel quite often, especially feeling a lot of numbness and stagnancy during lockdown, and that's when I started like really being too much in my own head, and I realized like I'm not fully there when I'm having conversations with people. And before that, I was always like a cheerful, bubbly, outgoing person, and now my social battery is really drained after just like a few hours of interaction, and I just want to go home and go back into hermit mode and just like isolate myself. Using Mecca Max's cream blush stick in Picnic. But yes, isolating myself hard, and I realize, you know, I don't know. And like, I did seek therapy as well, and I know like the benefits of it. I'm studying it, for Jesus Christ. But it's expensive. That shit expensive. So now I've resorted just to like doing my self-care routine, like the video I uploaded the other day, like with my card readings. They give me so much like healing properties or just therapeutic properties. So if it makes me feel better, I'm gonna do it. It's not for everyone, and also doing these video journals, I feel like just getting everything out of my system is so necessary for me to be able to actually feel them. And this actually happened yesterday. My dad's in hospital now, and so I went to see him. He is quite a frail little guy now, and during that process, he was sleeping, he was resting, because obviously he's tired, but I'm just going in with Laurier Mercier's translucent powder. But yeah, as he was resting, I started crying, and I didn't want to I didn't want him to see me crying, because we just don't have that relationship. He was never there, so like, I don't know. And I'm always one to be like, yeah, express your feels, feel them. But like, I don't know, in certain situations, it's just, I don't know. And so when I got home, I felt like, yep, I do need to feel these emotions. So I sat on my bed and I just cried my eyes out. And I felt them. And I felt like where the pain was coming from, it was in the chest area. I was like hugging my teddy bear. I just felt like I need to comfort myself during this time. Because again, no one really knows my experiences, because I've lived through all of them, and other people will have, even if they say they don't, everyone is going to have another picture in their mind of how to handle a situation or thoughts, because we've all experienced different things and we've all got lessons from them. So it's great to like hear it, but it is ultimately like, I feel as though sometimes if we're not ready to accept the advice or the help, then we're not going to take it on board anyway. And that was me also for a very long time. I didn't, like, no matter how much I wanted the help, I was like, I'm not ready for it. I think that at the end of the day, yes, help is great. But also it comes from like you. It comes from like healing and getting through a dark time. I feel like it has to be from within. Otherwise, there's always going to be a part of us that it hasn't like processed it or hasn't learnt the lessons. I'm just going to go in with NYX brow pencil, micro brow pencil. Maybe I'll zoom you in. Is the life at the moment, and I don't know if any of this is making any sense, At the end of the day, I think I just want to feel content. I just want to feel not dead set happy, because I don't think happiness is a permanent feeling, just like sadness and depression and all of the feels. Like, no feelings are permanent. Nothing is permanent except change, as I've said. So I just want to feel at peace. And I think I've been wanting to feel at peace for a while, which is why I was like, is it so hard to achieve? Do I have to like keep going through all this bullshit? But I've just got to accept it. And to be honest, when I first found out the news of Dad, and like majority of this year and last year, when I had thoughts about the situation with my dad, I got really triggered and everything. But now, like last night, for instance, when I was seeing it face on, I was just like, I was not okay, but I was technically okay in terms of like processing the emotions or like understanding what I'm feeling, because I've come to a point of just like acceptance and just wanting everyone who is within this web of people, like my dad, my sisters, everyone who's connected in that way to my dad. I just want this all to be as peaceful as it can be till the end, because he's had a hard life and I understand that, and he only knew what he knew from the lessons that he learnt. So I noticed that last night, like I obviously got emotional, but I was also like, this is like, I can't change anything, so this is what's going to happen. This is happening. Also been like taking care of my skin more, and I've seen it like when I'm not taking care of myself and my mental health is bad, my eczema flares up, my skin is like, I naturally have dry skin, but it goes extra flaky and dry and So like, I'm just trying to implement habits that serve my higher self, serve me now, serve me in the present, and not be so fixated on the past or the future, because it is out of my control. Shit's happened, it's happened. Shit's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But I can't experience that until I get there. So all I've got is now. All I've got is this moment, and it's a fucking brilliant moment. If I'm really, really in it, it's amazing. And I think we often forget that. We forget that life can be fun, and like, if we were really truly present in the moment, and being present with our surroundings, like what you can feel, what you can see, what you can smell, what you can taste, and being present in your body, like realizing you're actually breathing oxygen right now. How? It's just whack that like our existence exists. It's surreal. Just gonna go in with the NYX Brow Glue, one of my favorite setting gels. So I'm grateful that I've been also implementing a lot of gratitude in my life, focusing on what I'm grateful for and what is in my control, and just taking it day by day, I think, step by step, and not trying to think too much about everything, because that's when I go so in my own head. Using Revolution's banana powder to set that. And yeah, sorry if the lighting goes choppy. I've got the mirror with the lights around it, and I think that interferes sometimes. As I was saying, I'm grateful to have learnt my lessons. I do believe that everything happens for a reason and in divine timing. Even though like some things that I have experienced are like, the fuck? Did I really have to? Without going through certain experiences, I know that I would not be this person that I am today. With everything that I've learned. Like, if I didn't go through the shitty times before, I probably would have allowed that depression to eat me up. But because I've been there before, I now have the tools to get me out of there. And that's probably going to happen in the future, because I know that I'll probably feel these emotions again, these types of depression states and the stagnancy and the numbness. But I'll know what strategies and tools to use, because I've done it. I've been there. So I'll be able to get myself out of them a lot more quicker maybe. Or not, who knows? So now the goal is just to try and go easy on myself and not be so hard on myself and not be so in my head. And I want to spend more time with my loved ones, family, friends. I want to spend more time on just doing things that make me happy, such as filming. Like I love editing YouTube videos or videos in general. Like when I was younger, I used to film like on my shitty Samsung and I would edit on it, and like that brought me joy. I think because I did watch YouTube from like a young age, and so doing things like when I was younger and implementing them into my day-to-day life, which is also something that Carly Davis said in our Behind the Look episode, it's going to bring me joy because I enjoyed it then. Why wouldn't it now? And like you can do the same thing if you're in this type of, if you want to go back to finding happiness, try and look back at what you were doing as a child, because it does have an impact in one way or another. And it might not be exactly, like you might not want to play with dinosaur toys or Legos, but there's something in that as well. And if not, then find something else. I don't know, I don't have the answers to everything, okay? Is what I mean when I don't know what I'm talking about. I want to go explore the world and also Australia itself, and I want to finish my degree. I want to do a lot of things, and if I keep, you know, doing the bad habits and mindlessly scrolling and not taking care of myself, how am I going to achieve them? But I know that this is also a part of the journey in itself, and we need to appreciate the journey, even though sometimes it's really difficult to. But a lot of the times we try and think about the destination, thinking that when we get there we'll be able to achieve this sense of success, achievement, or happiness. And that's unrealistic, because then you're not looking at what you're actually feeling in this moment of like, well, why do I feel the need that feeling of success, achievement, and happiness? Why can't I find it right now in this moment? And I feel like I'm just trying to work a lot on not giving like external factors the things that will make me happy. Like I really, really just want to do what I can do for myself, rather than like purchasing clothes. Like that used to be a big one, purchasing clothes and like random shit that I actually don't need, just to fuel this little empty sadness hole in me. And I'm sick of being sad. I don't want to feel sad all the time. I do believe that I'm getting out of it, and I'm starting to do the things that are gonna get me there. But then again, that's just like, oh, you don't want to feel sad, so then do these things to then feel that sense of happiness. But then again, what did I just say? What did she say? So I don't know, there's no rules. I think, yeah, I don't want to think too much about it, otherwise I'll go in my head again. Yeah, realizing that, I think just being okay with that then. I think it all does come down to self-acceptance, being okay with how things are turning out regardless, and trying to remember that everything will be okay. And then also leading with like self-compassion. You need to be kind to yourself, otherwise how are you ever going to be completely like, I feel like we are in a relationship with ourselves. I always say like we are our number one priority, even though sometimes I don't even listen to myself. But I think, yes, we're going to have better days. One thing that's also really like helped me set in this motion of like self-care and stuff is tea. Like drinking tea. I love it. Like a bedtime tea, reading my book, or a morning tea to set me in that mood of morningness. I don't know, there's something about tea, and me and my partner are always drinking tea now. So I think it just comes down to doing things that work for you, like playing around with it. Oh yeah, I also talk to myself a lot, and I think, you know, just being your own best friend, you're in a relationship with yourself, so hype yourself up, reassure yourself, validate yourself if you need it. Like, what's your love language? And do it to yourself. You are your number one priority. Because how can you care for others? How can you invest yourself in others? How can you actually create something, a relationship with others, if you're not doing that for yourself? Like, I think that's what I mean when it comes all down to within. Like, it all comes down to you if you're willing to do that. And obviously it does take time. I'm really working hard on like being disciplined and consistent, because I have had trouble with that. But also I'm going to be like, that's fine that I've had trouble with it, because obviously I'm going through shit that like it's not meant to happen in the everyday. Like, I don't know. It's okay if I'm feeling that, because my circumstances are so different to like someone else who might, I don't know. Like, everyone is going through their own shits as well. So I'm just gonna pop my lashes on. These are discontinued, I think, because she sold like bulk of them. It's a small business, Kaylee Haddo Beauty, and I love them because they suit my Asian eyes so much. So I'll pop these on and then I'll see you back. Okay, lashes are on. I'm gonna finish off the face using Maybelline's Master Sculpt Duo. Like, their contour is like a grey blue tone rather than warm, so it's good for creating shadow. So we're nearing to the end of the glam. Hope you didn't mind this chat. Let me know your thoughts. My main thing is, I think I just want to, you know, show people that even though some people might seem like they've got it all together, there's certainly things that are happening in the background. I've got the Zoeva He Loves Me Maybe blush with the stipple brush, because this one's quite pigmented, so just... And then going with W7's Glow Commotion highlighter. This is like $5 from Chemist Warehouse, and she pops off. Watch. I don't know if the camera's picking up with that, because I don't have my glasses on and I don't wear contacts, so I can't see. Doing the inner corner a little bit. Cupid's bow. And I'm going in with MAC Lip Liner Soar. Velour Lips Paris Matte Lip Cream. And Maybelline's Filter Gloss. And then I'm just going to spray my face with Morphe, I don't know. That's refreshing as after that chat. And you know what? Showing reality for a minute. I'm wearing my pajama bottoms under the dress that I'm wearing because I've got my period and I didn't want my period to get on the back of my dress, just in case, you know. Righty, thank you so much for watching this video. Can it not do that lighting thing? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and sitting down with me, having a chat and doing my makeup. I hope that you are all as well as you can be, and yeah, if you like this video, let me know. Hopefully we'll see each other in the near future. And make sure to watch M's Behind the Look episode that I'm about to go film. Love you all. Have a great day. Bye.